Alright, so here it is, the new T-Mobile REVVL phone. This is the REVVL 5G. If you watched the channel before, we had the REVVL Plus, which was a terrible name, but a great phone. So I have high expectations for this one. The box is really cool looking. I mean, the boxes don't really matter essentially, but pretty cool design. I always forget to mention these. Sometimes they're bands, at least. There you go, you can see those. 5G, it's got N71, N66. And B12 people are the 12 band 12 people are worried about those a lot. So that little line goes all around the bottom too, which is pretty cool. Right on top we have the phone. It's a good look. A little pull tab to get it out. Nice touch. Ooh, that's a cool looking phone right there. Inside here, nice tabs to get things out. I like that. Oh, this one unfolds. That's nice. The new T-Mobile SIM cards are black, which is neat. A little start guide. And of course, a SIM ejector tool. And here we have, oh, weird. That's like a white cord. A to C. A lot of the newer ones are C to C, but I don't mind A to C. Nothing wrong with that. Such a nice color there. And then the T-Mobile branded charger, which is a nice touch. They don't normally have that either. And there's some specs on here. 5 volts. Nice touch on the packaging here. These REVVL phones are usually a good deal, and they usually perform pretty well. The last one was based on a Motorola phone. I don't know what this one's based on. So that is one cool back right there. That's probably one of the coolest looking phones I've ever seen. Like Samsung has the Aurora Glow or whatever that I find annoying, but this is badass right there. It has your little magenta, it's a nice touch as well. The power button, I guess, and there's a volume rocker. Up top, it's hard to tell on camera, but there is a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack there. A tiny little microphone hole right here. It's just too dark. There's a USB-C right there. And SIM tray on the side here. So let's go ahead and boot them up. A punch hole for the camera. A little bit of a chin. That doesn't bother me, but people complain about that, I'm sure. I don't have a SIM in it yet, so let's get on Wi-Fi. Appears to have the Google keyboard pre-installed. So you can see it has NFC. A lot of people will ask about that. You gotta sign up to Google. You can see there's the Gboard keyboard. So you can see I'm signing in with my Gmail account. Just if you want to get an idea of what the screen size is. Let's go to, here is the Note 20 right next to it, so you can see how much bigger the screen is on the Note 20. But of course the Note 20 is a 6.9 inch phone. This is 6.5, I believe. And that's, you know, one of the biggest phones you're going to get. And here would be the Note 10 Plus. The Note 20 obviously is bigger than the Note 10 Plus. Standard Google stuff. Says we can do a screen lock, and then it has a fingerprint sensor back here, of course. And now we can set up a fingerprint. So it's on the back side, of course. And we'll add another. I'll do this hand just in case. You know, I'm used to using the Note or the LG V60 that has the fingerprint sensor on the screen, and you forget how fast these physical ones are. I still like the front facing, but it is. Oh, you can add your face unlock. Let's see how that does. Seemed to go pretty quickly. I just turned it on. I haven't had that on a phone in a while. I guess the Note 9 had it, I guess, and the OnePlus phones had it, but I haven't seen it on a Google, like this kind of phone yet. I don't use voice services. Is that time for auto updates? All this is new. I don't know what this stuff is. NXT Vision? Next Vision, obviously, but I'll go with that. Sounds pretty good. There we go. So it's locked. And it doesn't see me. Now look, I'm going to turn it towards my face. I'm behind the camera. Now I'm out of the camera. Well, let's try again. So you can kind of see, like, here I am. Boom. That's fast. Slide to the left, you have Google's little page here. So that is a cool looking screen as well. So let me get a little closer here. I'm liking a lot about this phone right off the bat. It's pretty good size. Alright, let me change some settings here. I'll max the brightness out. Let's go settings, display, and I'm going to change the screen timeout to 2 minutes just for the video. I like that you can have, you're not forced to the gestures. You have the actual icons down here for back and home and whatnot. Alright, so let's see where we at. No SIM inserted, that's fine. Finish setup is just going to ask me to, so the T790W. So let's slide up here to see your apps. You can see your photos. This is like your quick search things. They seem to be in alphabetical order, which is good. And they go, well, that's all it is. There's no extra pages here. So there's assistant, calculator, and obviously the Samsung stylus isn't going to work. So we have assistant, calculator, calendar, camera. It does not look like the standard Google camera. Chrome, clock, contacts, drive, duo, files, Gmail, of course. Oh, the pink looking messaging app, mobile hotspot. So really not a lot of junk on here. If anything, it's just this T-Mobile app, which is going to come on every T-Mobile phone. This files, that's the Google Files thing. So I'm kind of digging this phone right now. So let's see. So let's go to settings. Right off the bat, let's look at our storage. So 13 gigabytes is used out of 128 gigabytes. That's the storage of the internal storage. I don't know if it takes in a micro SD card, but that should really be enough. We'll check in a second. It's emergency information. I don't recognize that. That's pretty good. Let's check and see our software version. So let's look for a system update, and we'll check for updates. And there is a system update right off the bat. So we'll just see where it is. Like I said, this phone just came out yesterday, September 4th. Today is Friday, September 4th. Today, September 6th. I ordered it on Friday, September 4th. It was delivered Saturday, September 5th, and then I'm opening it today. So pretty fast shipping for T-Mobile. I did not pay for extra shipping. I just paid for the cheapest option. I am in the city of Louisville, where UPS has a big hub, and I believe T-Mobile stores their phones there, so that helped me get mine faster, of course. Alright, let's install the update. Previous REVVL phones were based off like a CoolPad, I think, and then a Motorola. This does not appear to be Motorola software to me. So I'm not sure what this is. Maybe it's CoolPad again. I doubt T-Mobile made their entirely own. It doesn't appear to be pure Android. It seems pretty close to stock Android, but I think there's a couple tweaks in there that are not stock Android. Alright, so it shows it's up to date. See if we can tell what version we're on. On the display, there is a dark theme, which is nice. And you can do the blue tint, or the yellow tint to get rid of the blue light, which is a nice feature as well. Has the digital well-being, whatever this next vision is. I have it all turned on. There's this weird smart manager feature, which is obviously is not, I don't think, pure Google. So there we can see our memory. So 2.5 gigs used of 6 gigs. So 6 gigs of memory, 128 gigabytes of storage. There we go. So it's not in the normal spot. I had to go to security, and here you can see the security patch is August 5th, 2020, which is pretty good because my Note 20 is on the August security patch as well, and it is this is a $1,300 phone versus a $400 phone. All right, so let me mess with some settings, and then we'll wrap this video up right quick. So you can see it does have an always on display. It doesn't double knock, which is annoying. You can see the fingerprint sensor. Let's test them out pretty quick. Alright, so I've been messing with it. So let's take a look at widgets. Built in, we have the calendar, Chrome, clocks, pretty standard Android stuff, right? Just stock Android, except for the smart manager. And then that Wi-Fi calling one may be a little different. It does have the Google phone and the Google contacts. Oh, I'm pretty sure it's Google contacts. It does have RCS messaging. That doesn't look like the Google Messages. It looks like it's the same icon, but it's magenta. So I'm not sure if it's a different app or if it's Google Messages. Because if I search for Google Messages, it just says enable. So I don't understand what's going on there. Camera, Looks pretty good. If you go to settings, you can change the photo size all the way up to 48 megapixel high pixel. Video, you can bump up to 4K, 30 FPS. It has calorie detection. I don't understand all that. And then it does, like I said, it has always on display. There we go. So we can have always on, wake up screen when you get new notifications. I saw something in here. When I was looking in here, I saw this backlit power key. Check how cool this is. I'm going to turn off my light here so you can see. I'm going to plug the phone in. Look at that. It lights up the power key. I have never seen a phone do that. It's pretty neat. That's a smart little idea. And it said it can use that for, if we go back to the settings here, you can use it for notification light. So if you get notifications, I guess that will light up as well. Auto brightness, NFC, location, hotspot, standard stuff. You can do dark theme. I think it's easier to see on camera probably if I have the light screen, which is why I left it here on the light screen. But when I use it personally, I'll have the dark screen. And like I say, I'm really digging this phone so far. I'm going to turn the phone off. So let's go ahead and check this SIM tray out. And it does have a space for a micro SD card. So that's nice. So we're now going to put our SIM card in. So you can see it just fits in there. Alright, we got that entered. So let's power them on. So you can see we get the 5G icon. Let's go ahead and run a speed test. Not looking great there. I just activated this SIM card, so sometimes they get a little wonky when you first activate them. This is just an added line that I'm using, so it might be a little funky at first. So my Note is also on 5G. Let's run a speed test here. That may not be accurate. I think it's still updating. So let's go ahead and run a speed test on this guy. Alright, so this is not, maybe I'm not getting good speeds right now. It's interesting that it installed Facebook after a reboot, because I didn't install Facebook and don't use Facebook. But I can uninstall it, so that's good. Amazon I do use, but you can see the apps will go vertical. Let's try the speed test app. I'm not getting 5G here, I'm getting 4G, as you can tell. I'm in Louisville, Kentucky. Louisville, Kentucky does have 5G service. However, I'm currently in the basement of my house, which may not pick up a 5G signal all the time. As you can see in the past, I've gotten pretty high, 40 gigs, or 40 megabytes, 18, 32, somewhere in here I got 90, 91. So that's not a bad speed. So, not terrible speeds. Let's try fast again, see if it fixed itself. So it's weird that fast is testing so slow. Let me try that on here. Yeah, I don't understand why it's so bad on this one. It's still not great here, but it's not terrible by any means. Alright, let's see if we're still updating apps. Alright, everything's up to date. And let's run a Geekbench and then we'll wrap this video up. Oh, so there we go. It's a TCL phone. I'm not positive I've had a TCL phone before, but I'm liking it so far, so it's pretty good. Let's run a benchmark here, and just for reference, the Note obviously will be substantially better. I would hope anyhow, because this is $1,300 and this is like $400, maybe $500, I forget. Really, it's doing pretty good. In my theory, I don't know this for a fact, but I would assume the more powerful phone chews through the test faster. At least when I run it with a low power phone like the LG Stylo 6, it took forever, and the Note 20 runs through it faster than most tests. But this is really holding up pretty good. This video is getting too long. I'll make a separate video where I run more intensive benchmarks and test it versus the Samsung Galaxy A71 5G that my son is currently using, because this might be performing a lot better. So let's see the Note finish with 88% on this one. So it's a little faster. Obviously, here's my scores. We'll see what the REVVL 5G scores are. All right, really pretty good. 617 versus 931, 277 versus 1905. So yeah, overall, I'm pretty impressed with this phone. I'm gonna get more into it. I'll use a little more, do some more speed tests. I'm gonna tie a watch to it, I might even, recently I was thinking I'll just use this as my other phone number, just like my business line essentially. But I might actually put my main phone number on there and give it a shot because I am liking the phone a lot. We'll check it out. Keep tuned to the channel. I'll have more videos and we'll go over it in detail. So, all right, thanks for checking me out. Give me a subscribe, thumbs up, and all that nonsense, right? All right, thanks. Oh, one more thing. I was just showing this phone to my son. I forgot to show the wallpapers. So there's that default one, this blue one, which is alright, plain, I guess. Obviously, you can put any wallpaper, but I'm always interested in what the default wallpapers are, because I would assume the company worked hard to make them look good. Here's the seascape and the thing, and this one's, I think, kind of cool. That's pretty neat looking, right? And then, so I activated a number on here, and then it's interesting. So I texted, and it gave the little check marks. So it shows a little double check mark saying it's delivered. Up here, you can see a little eyeball showing us red, and now I gotta blur the number out there, but you can see it showed the number responding. So it works just like RCS, but it doesn't appear to be Google Messages. And even if you go to the settings, it shows RCS message. So, well, it's a pretty cool little phone. And I did check my son's Samsung Galaxy A71 5G, and his score was 480 and 1674, whereas this one was 617 and 1905. So, it does appear to be more powerful than the Samsung Galaxy A71 5G, which is a much more expensive phone. It's like $600, whereas it's like $400. So pretty impressive for this little guy here. So all right, so we're gonna check out some more. So far, initial impressions are a big thumbs up. I'm pretty excited about this phone. There is no wireless charging as well. I tested that. It does not do wireless charging. All right, thanks for checking me out.